Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scarfinger, and this is Scarcasm.
Woohoo! It's Scarcasm in your ear holes again.
As you just heard, I have the hiccups, and they keep leaving and coming back and leaving and coming back. So probably gonna get some hiccups during this podcast. Look, there was one right there. Sometimes it's like a hitch in my speech. Other times it's the full on. So it's a work in progress. See, now the moment I started actually like talking and recording the show, it got worse. It was occasional at first, and now it's just like really bad.
This is totally going to be like the theme of the show, like the show title and everything. It's just going to be all about hiccups, and like right out of the gate, you already got your show title, the one with technical hiccups.
The one with technical hiccups. I guess I can put that down. While I type that out. How's your week been?
Been pretty good. We went down to the lake, which was fun. It was stressful in its own way because it's my family and they can be my family. So Amber's there with like nobody of her family, So, and that's always fun.
Okay.
Anytime when you're like kind of out of your element, even if you knew people for a while, it can be, you can feel kind of alone even though you're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
But it was good. We went down before the 4th which was kind of cool because I guess everyone decided to go after the 4th. Which I thought they would, be busier before the 4th. I always figured that if you celebrate the holiday before the holiday, it felt more like you're celebrating the holiday. If you wait till afterwards, it's like you're doing it late. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I know what you mean.
But so we went up there and there was like nobody there, so which was kind of cool. Like I posted a video and Beardy commented that it seemed like the lake was so bare. I was like, yeah, it was, it worked out for us because because it really does suck sometimes when there's these type of boats called a wake boat, which its actual purpose is to make wakes in the water because a person will like use this wakeboard, which is like a snowboard, and literally like surf on the waves behind the boat without a rope or anything. And to do that, it really makes the water really turbulent for people that's trying to just like swim and stuff. But and so there was hardly any of that.
That's good.
But the only thing cool about the wake boats that I think I would like isn't the wake part, is the fact that there's where it looks like there's horns on like actual horns on a truck or something. Well, those on those boats are speakers, and people will be blasting their music. I'd be like, man, I'd be blasting some shit if I had one of them.
Blasting a whole bunch of shit nobody wants to hear except you.
Well, there was one year to where this person was like going past, and we heard there's some song about Tuesday or something. We heard that all week, that one song.
The club going up on Tuesday?
I don't know, something about a Tuesday, some sort of, I don't know.
The club going up on a Tuesday. Not that song?
No. I don't think so. It was something about like Tuesday. It was about a girl or something. It wasn't Tuesday's Gone, but it was another song. Something Tuesday.
Tuesday's gone. I don't know the words.
It's With the Wind.
With the Wind. There we go.
That song always reminds me of Happy Gilmore.
It's been a long time since I've seen Happy Gilmore. It's been a long time since I actually cared about an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah. I don't think you're unique in that. I think most people would have that same sentiment.
I think what was the last Adam Sandler movie you cared about? I think it might have been Little Nicky for me.
I didn't even care about Little Nicky. The last one I really cared about was probably Punch Drunk Love, but that's not really an Adam Sandler movie.
Right. That's just a movie that happens to have Adam Sandler.
Right. So, but I think my favorite Adam Sandler movie, like actual Adam Sandler movie, is probably The Wedding Singer.
Yes, I would say so. I really like that one. And then I really like Billy Madison. Billy Madison is still, like, hilarious.
Yes.
but the Wedding Singer is it. I think so.
Because it was like that right mix of like silly comedy and actual like heartfelt story.
Okay, I'm trying to see when was the last one that
Little Nicky was probably like 2002, right? It was in the early 2000s. Because right when new metal and all that stuff was like popping.
Yeah, I'm looking and I'm going down the list from the top, and I don't see none of these. I saw Click. That was terrible. The Longest Yard wasn't bad. Like you have to do something like monumentally stupid to make a bad football movie. Is there a such thing as a bad football movie? No, I will say. Okay. I just looked. The last one that outside of The Longest Yard, which necessarily wasn't an Adam Sandler movie. Because it was a movie that happened to have Adam Sandler. I don't think, that was an ensemble. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though he was the main character, that was more of an ensemble piece. I'm going to say 50 First Dates. I like that movie.
I actually haven't seen that one.
It's not bad. It's about a girl who has short-term amnesia. Mm-hmm. So, he's trying to get with this girl, and whatever you did during the day, she completely forgets when she goes to bed. She wakes up and that day, whatever day all of this stuff happened, it's like the next day from the day all of this stuff happened. So I don't want to spoil nothing, but like is basically like every day he has to explain their situation. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't bad. I didn't hate it.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Like on one token, you're like, I got to know this person really well, but they didn't really get to know me very well through our whole time together.
Yeah, but it's kind of a thing. It's kind of a thing where he comes up with a remedy for that.
Right, but I was about to say, in a way, you kind of always miss that time, like I miss when I was actually explaining my music taste to Amber for the first time, and she didn't know about my music taste. You know what I mean? Or something like that. So some of those first you get to kind of like do over and over and over, which is kind of cool. But I don't know how long the coolness will last. But
you know something? Now I'm on the Adam Sandler kick. I don't know why, but I really, really like Mr. Deeds.
I like Mr. Deeds. I think those, like Mr. Deeds and what was the other one? Big Daddy. Those were kind of like the last of his.
Yeah, I would say I kind of like Big Daddy too.
Yeah.
False. So yeah, my week has been kind of blah. I didn't really do anything for the 4th. Because what had happened was, my girl had her family thing to go to. I had my family thing to go to, and she is more than welcome at my family thing, but I refuse to go to hers.
So you would probably feel more like Amber feels at my family stuff.
No. It's not necessarily the same. It's for me, it's specific. Like, I specifically don't want to be around one person. If that person's going to be there, I avoid the situation completely. Cool. So that's what it is for me. So it's not necessarily the same, but because like, my car is not really going to get me there. We would have had to use her car, but my family thing started like way early, like around noon. And her family thing started later. That means that she was going to get back here like crazy late. And I'm like, yo, I don't really want to be here all day. Like, I want to go spend some time with my family, bring my ass home. But because hers started late, she was going to be back late no matter what. I mean, she got home at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, if I'm not going to be back at a decent time, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm not going. So I didn't go. And then, like, my daughter, who every year she acts funny style about the damn fireworks. We're sitting here, we're playing games or whatever like that. She's playing, whatever she's playing. Well, Sunset Overdrive, she's been playing a lot of. And I've been playing, I spent most of the day playing Killing Floor. I'm trying to get my character up to a 25. And she goes, "Aw, I'm not going to get to see the fireworks." And I'm like, really? You act funny about the fireworks every damn year? Now all of a sudden you mad because you can't get to see the fireworks? I'll chop you in the throat. Yep, that's how I felt about it. Like, for real, every year you act funny style about it. So, yeah, I didn't really do very much. I might try to, I was going to try to see if there's something I could figure out to do this weekend, but next weekend, weekend after the current weekend, is my anniversary.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's
how many
like
years?
5, I think.
You're almost a kindergartner.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, the time just kind of went by, and there's been a lot of ups and downs and everything else in these 5 years. But I think, we're here to stick this thing out, and I think it's kind of cool. Like, whoa, it's been 5 years. In the early days, you don't necessarily think of what everything is going to be 5 years down the line,
right?
So you say and you do a lot of stupid stuff because you never know how long this thing is going to last, but I didn't have a lot of expectations about this relationship, but we made it work. It's kind of cool.
Nice, man.
Nice.
We before I forget it, in November I'm actually thinking about doing an actual legit Extra Life thing. Like the 12-hour, not the 24, because fuck that. I don't do that anymore. Because there's no point. Like
212s is a much better thing to try.
But I was thinking about doing it, but I was thinking about doing it sort of party-like. Like, instead of how some of the certain type of streamers will make the focus on them rather than the game. Mm-hmm. I was actually kind of going to take that kind of approach, but for Extra Life, have the focus be on like the camera because I was going to put the couch in here just for that weekend, and then have and have friends over and stuff. Have the focus be on us, and have the video game kind of like in the bottom of the screen. Uh-huh. And I was going to see if you guys might want to come over that weekend, and we can just like cook and eat and do some Extra Life.
Yeah, I mean, I am more than willing to do it. I'm more than willing to do like a 12-hour and just let the 12, come down Friday night, get some rest, come over, do the 12 hours, get all the sleep the next day, and then, come back home for like the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been wanting to come down anyway, and it's just every time I get ready to want to come down, like something fucking happens. So it's just one of those things. Like, it's something that I want to do. It's something that I've been meaning to do, but shit just keeps happening.
I hear that. But yeah, you already said that you've been playing some Killing Floor.
I focused yesterday, and I got a ton of XP. And I have my Firebug, which is my highest level character on all 3 platforms. I had a 24 Firebug on PlayStation, and I got him to 25. And that was a lot of XP I needed to do that. I mean, a lot. Now, here's the messed up part. The summer update is on the consoles now. Now, after all of that, it's giving me the option to prestige. And I'm like, I just got here. Like, are you serious? You want me to prestige and do all of this over again? Motherfucker, I just got here. So,
what do you get to keep when you prestige?
You don't keep any of your things. You get a permanent 30% XP bonus.
So it makes it easier to get there every time later?
Yeah, well, as far as I understand, you only prestige once so far.
Okay.
You don't prestige over and over like Call of Duty or anything like that. Oh, well, I mean, as far as now, they might add that later, but they might add some cooler stuff. But you get some other bonuses, but that was the only one. And then when you have like a double XP weekend, your XP bonus doubles to 60% bonus for every So that's I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool, but I don't want to like. I got to my level 25 skill, and my level 25 skill for the firebug is during Z time. I don't use bullets. I can just let it fly. And they did some nerfs but for my firebug, the husk cannon got nerfed, so it's not as good as it was. But because you can level up weapons, I saw a video where someone was talking about like cool combinations or whatever like that. My finals 2 weapons my final weapon set normally as a firebug is a Mac 10 microwave gun and 1 Spitfire, because you can't do 2 Spitfires. And if I want to, I will get rid of the Spitfire, and then I will upgrade the Mac 10 once, because you can only do it once because of the weight. Mm-hmm. Someone said, try this. Someone said, try to completely level up to level 5 or whatever it is, dual Spitfires, and make sure that your Dragon's Breath is a level 4. It used to be called the Incendiary Trench Gun, but they changed it to a Dragon's Breath because, I mean, of course, it is Dragon's Breath rounds in it. And then I'm just shredding dudes. Like, bruh, in order to get all the XP I needed, I played solo endless. I got to 27 by myself. So it's real deal. Like, I got all the way to level 27 by myself with with just those tools. Like, I was just melting fools. Is the thing over for the
steampunk thing?
No, I mean, remember when we played the steampunk thing? It was in beta.
Oh,
now that same thing is live now for everyone.
Okay,
so it's the same stuff. Look, let me tell you what had happened. I jumped into a hard game so that I can get all of that stuff and unlock the steampunk outfit. Everything was just fine, but I started and I wanted to play on hard because, you get the final one if you finish the game on hard. So I did that, but the team that I was on fucked up the first achievement or the first thing on that checklist. Do you know it took me like 2 hours to get a match where somebody actually knew how to do that shit correctly? Because every time I played a match, someone would kill all of the fucking Zeds before we could finish that damn thing. So the very first thing to do, I could never get because they kept killing everything before it was finished.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a complete fucking pain in the ass. And then I did play some more. I played some more NCAA. I am still. I'm the offensive coordinator for UCLA. I made it to the bowl game, and we lost the bowl game. I think I played a bowl game against TCU, or is it TCU? TCU or Texas A&M, one of those, and we lost. But they wanted to keep me, so I'm staying on for another year. My character my offensive coordinator has already been maxed out, but like all of the head coach gigs that they keep asking me for are like division, like 2-star rated schools, and I'm like, no, I want to go somewhere big. So I'm still enjoying that. I probably should record it. I need better recording capabilities, and I haven't quite figured that part out yet. I'm gonna have to get a standalone thing and actually put some money into it, but it's gonna take some time, probably after the summer, once my daughter goes back and her school stuff is taken care of. Shit, it's the first week of July. I already got her school list for her list for next year already.
Well, you could, the one that you have, you could like sell it and then use the money.
It ain't worth nothing. It's a Roxio that does like 720p. Like, who gives a shit about a Roxio that barely works and does 720p? And the software that came with the thing is terrible. Like, it is horrible. The shit crashes all the time. Sometimes it doesn't even work. You have to keep unplugging it and plugging it back in, unplugging it, plug it back in. It is a complete pain in the ass.
Huh.
I mean, it was so much of a pain in the ass that someone gave it to me. I didn't buy that shit. Blue gave it to me because he was like, someone gave this to me and I'll never use it. I want to give it to somebody else too.
So it's been passed down by people.
Yes.
Like, I don't use this shit.
I think one of the geeks for the win gave it to him. And he said, he never used it. So I said I wanted to do it. I need to record some videos, like whether it's gameplay videos, whether it's whether it's painting videos. I haven't painted a lot, and that's probably why I seem to be easily agitated lately. I did mix up some paint so I can make something before I go to bed tonight after the show is over. But I need to record, I need to put some more videos up. I get into these things to whereas I want to do it, and then like, I'm just like, nah, I'd rather just watch some YouTube videos and like just go about my business.
It's not even Netflix, YouTube videos. Come on, man.
I watch a ton of YouTube.
At least step it up to Netflix or like a series or something.
Well, I did. I finished Luke Cage. I'm watching The Flash. I finally got the Supergirl is finally on, so I could watch the crossover. So we just finished the crossover, and then we can go back to The Flash. Glow is available right now. I haven't watched. Oh. The second half of Voltron is available that I haven't watched any of. The second half of the current season of Voltron is available. So I have things to watch. It's just time.
That there's a show that I do want to watch that seems really interesting. Amber's been watching it, and it's called Mindhunters. I think it's a Netflix original.
I did put it in my queue. I did. I saw a preview. I saw a trailer for it. It seemed interesting. I did put it in my queue.
Because like she was watching it, and I was kind of like half like. I was like, this is really interesting. And I'm like, but I need to get to bed. And then something would happen, and I would have to, like, get up and be, like, laying in the bed like this. I was like, I need to go to sleep. But this, and, I'm, like, halfway into it. So I was like, we need to start this show over so I can watch this shit. But,
yeah, that's how I felt. That's how I felt about that other show. I ain't had no intentions of watching that show. But from what I was listening to when she started it, I had my back to it initially, and then I kept like, what in the world are you watching? And then I ended up getting into it. And of course, I get way more into stuff and like yelling at the TV and stuff than my girl does.
Well, was that teen show?
Yes. So just because I get agitated by it, she thinks that I like it more than she does. Like, I didn't love it. I just found it interesting.
Yeah.
So, I think, what else? I mean, I blazed through games, and I blazed through, what's it called? Oh, I am watching Lost in Space. I don't know if I've said that before.
I think I asked you if you had started, and you said you hadn't yet.
I'm towards the end of the first season. I will say, anytime the robot is not around is fucking boring. My God, it's fucking boring. It's like, and I didn't say all the old word. I said "ga." My God, it's so boring when the robot's not around. It's so like when the Geth is not around. It is so boring. Oh, speaking of the Geth, I started my daughter on Mass Effect 1.
Sounds good.
But I ended up hooking up that other Xbox, and she's been way more into Sunset Overdrive than Mass Effect. I think Mass Effect 1 is way too complicated for her.
Okay, when you're like trying to you're like ordering pizza, like Sunset Overdrive is like a really good cheese pizza. When you're trying to get her and like taste them supreme, and she's gonna mature a little bit to appreciate Mass Effect. So,
So I mean, I want her to get back into it, and I wanted her to talk about it on a podcast, but it's just the time is always an issue, where I just do like a segment of the podcast, because she started playing Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, I was a terrible father and I let her play. I mean, I have 2 copies of the game, right? So I have 2 copies of the game. I was like, you can play Grand Theft Auto. It's like, I'll supervise. And like, she'll play through the game, and there's a lot of the innuendo and stuff like that that's completely over her head. Kind of like all of the like weird things that's in Disney movies that was meant for you and not for the kid, because they knew the kid wasn't gonna get it. It was pretty much that. But I'm gonna tell you what the moment that changed everything. Have you played Grand Theft Auto 5, right?
I played like half of it.
Okay. The moment Trevor got on the screen, she was like, I'm out.
Yeah, I played the whole, past the jumper cable part. So
yeah, we didn't even get to that part. After the first mission where you're Trevor, she got stuck on a driving part. She's a terrible driver at this point. But she got stuck on a driving part. I finished the mission for her, and she ain't been back since.
Well, if she gets stuck on a driving part in 5, which has got pretty good driving controls, don't even let her try 4.
No, not at all. You know what? I said I'd rather let her play Saints Row, because Saints Row is more goofy.
Right.
It's more goofy, and it's not like heavy. It's not like heavy with the sex or anything like that. I figure Saints Row, and the driving is pretty decent. It's more. It's way more cartoony.
Right. As people talk like GTA, when you hear GTA in conversation, it's always put with the craziness of what. But that's what people put onto it. When you take all that away, GTA is a very serious game.
Right.
And so, like, if you're just playing through the story, I could definitely see, like, trying to get someone that's a little bit younger, maybe a preteen, into, like, something like Saints Row. Because, I mean, GTA is it's pretty heavy, like, on some of the situations and things that's going on.
Right.
You can't take anything too seriously when you're spraying shit on people.
Right, exactly. So I wanted to do that. I don't think one is still not available on the Xbox One, is it?
I'm not sure, but
I know they finally put 2 on there. I know you can play 2.
I was glad about that because I was just about to pull the trigger on 2 on PC, but even in the reviews they were like, "Don't even bother."
I told you that shit is terrible. Like
even when it was like $2, I was like, still, there's other things that's $2 I can spend my money on.
Yeah, the PC port is horrendous, and it like you have to install Gentlemen of the Road to make it even fucking playable.
And even then, it's not perfect.
Even then, it's not perfect. Oh, well, it's not perfect for me because I can't change my buttons easily. I can learn to drive with the face buttons, but why the fuck would I do that?
Right.
And then, like, if I buy it on the one, because you can buy it now in the marketplace because 2 is available now, it's like $10. Like, do I really want to spend $10 on this shit? That's, like, how much am I going to play it? Am I going to play $10 worth? Like, I would play it for a little bit, be like, all right, cool.
But depending on how much you play, like, a $60 game, if you play 10 minutes of it, you've probably played $10 worth of it.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
So, because, like, if you're going by, like, $60 for an hour, that's 1 hour for $60. And even that is $10 for 1 hour. Or $10 for 10 minutes is what I
need to, I forgot about what I need to watch. I need to watch, we purchased Stars so that we can watch Power. I need to watch Power. Because Power is great.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but my Stars, I have Stars on Amazon Prime, but it doesn't include Power.
No, Stars is available, but you have to pay a separate charge in order to activate it. It's like $8.99.
I mean, I have the Stars package on Amazon, so I can get extra movies like Spider-Man: Homecoming, which I need to watch. But
you should have access to Power. There's no reason if you have that package, you should be able to watch Power. And American Gods. And American Gods. American Gods. That's
what I do want to watch. American Gods. I'm actually more interested in that than Power, but I do want to. Since you've talked it up so much, watch Power.
Bro, Power is so good. Like, it's so good.
2017 heard everything of that. So every episode, just about in 2017, was power, bro.
I got Will into it. I've kept telling everybody in the chat, the only person that really took that risk was like Will, and he loved that shit.
Nice.
Shout to Will, Willennium, my man Willennium. You know what I'm saying? Geeks for the Win podcast. But yeah, man. So I mean, I already talked about most of my stuff. What you got?
Well, before the lake trip, I actually got because I was worried about that because I've been. Even though it's not been that popular, whenever I commit to doing something, I want to like do it and do it right. And I committed to doing the Persona 4 thing for charity, like every month, like just like 4 episodes a month and like have it matched a month. And since everything in June was so fucked up with, the family stuff and then losing the internet for a little bit and all that, I was actually able still to fit it in at the very end right before we went to the lake. And I pretty much got that done. And then we went to the lake, and I posted a lake video, which I actually edited in my free, not free, but super cheap Vegas. So
okay,
I thought it looked pretty well. Like I positioned it kind of like in the CinemaScope, like 229 or whatever, and like did some colorations and whatnot to make it seem a little bit more film-like, and did it like 24 frames a second, and some of the shots I was like, wow, that looks like a movie, like even me, but and that was just shot on my phone, so like just because that's one thing when people are like, what's the difference in like when I make a little short film or whatever, why does it look like a movie? It's because the frames are too fast. Like in a video game, you want it as many frames as possible, but when you're doing a movie, you kind of want it that 24 frames a second, you want it to be a little bit slower. You don't want to jerk the camera around or you're going to see it. But to have that kind of like fluid motion of that, I don't know, it's like the soft movie feel. You want that 24 frames a second. Because once you get up to 30, 60, it just starts, looking like a BBC documentary. But yeah, we did that, and I got back into playing Mass Effect 2. Just going through some of the DLC. Because
best game of all time. I said it.
He said it, but yeah. What's the thing? Because when we got internet back out, it was like the Steam sale, so I dabbled in that stuff, and things were just kind of crazy. So I didn't quite get back to my Mass Effect, which I took a big break because I couldn't access my DLC because it wasn't activated, even though I downloaded it because I didn't start Mass Effect 2 until after we lost internet. So it was like, oh, we can't verify that you own this, even though it's installed. So,
that sucks.
So yeah, I had to actually connect to the service network at least once to verify that I owned it because I hadn't booted it up after I bought the DLC ever. It's just so yeah. I'm going through on Overlord right now, just doing that. I did Zaid and Kasumi, and I'm gonna do Overlord and some of the Firewalker stuff to get those weapons and stuff.
Which one is Overlord?
It's the one with like the AI and like the dude.
That's the annoying one.
I think there are parts that are pretty annoying, but I think the story of that one, I really like the story in that one. I thought it was pretty cool. But even though it's kind of like a side story, it doesn't really have anything to do with the main thing.
And in 3, it only turns into a very short conversation. And if you don't do Overlord when you have a conversation, that dude is still there when you meet with Cerberus, with the Cerberus defectors. He just explains it to you. So it's not based off of like some of the other stuff that's in 3, like it's, the conversation is already laid out because you both understand what's happening here. It was a like, okay, I was a part of a project called Overlord. Okay, well, what was that project? And then he explains it to you fully. So it's just like, you don't get that added sense of accomplishment when you already did it.
Just a little update. Yes, power is included with my thing. I don't know, for some reason I thought it wasn't, because it does have the little locked symbol. Maybe when I was on the Xbox I saw a lock symbol, but that just means it's locked to some people, I guess, but it's not to me. It's just confusing that it still has a lock symbol on it. Because it's such, but it just says watch now.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, continue. Mass Effect. Yeah, I love it on PC. It's greatness. So a lot better than PS3.
Yes.
But so yeah, like I said before, I am very interested in, and I'm almost done with the game. Like it's like do my DLC stuff that I wasn't able to do before. Reaper IFF, finish the game, and when I go into 3, it will be.
Now remember, you got one to do after the game is finished.
Yeah, Arrival, but
don't do that shit before the game is finished, because it's really weird. It's a really weird placement if you do it before the game is finished.
Yeah, because it's like the Reapers. Oh yeah, let's stop the collectors. Okay, why were the Reapers trying to attack me when they're still the collectors? But yeah, I guess spoilers, but it's old as shit.
Yeah, I don't mind spoiling Mass Effect. I mean, it's like, I think you should play it yourself regardless. I still won't spoil KOTOR. That's the only game that I will never.
Actually, that's another thing I'm playing through again. I started KOTOR on PC.
That's the only game that I will never spoil. I will never intentionally spoil KOTOR.
Cool, because I'm not even sure what the spoiler is, because I never actually finished KOTOR on the Xbox. I got to a point.
Like the spoiler happens about 60 to 70% in. Is like a huge twist, and it's kind of one of those BioShock twists, where like you have the big twist and then you still got to finish the rest of the game. Jade Empire pretty much did the same thing, but Jade Empire, I will say, I predicted it. I predicted it was going to happen, and it was like, yep, saw that coming.
Yeah, I got to a point to where there was these enemies in this room, and every time I went to the room, like I would queue up all my stuff, and then they'd still kill me. Everything I tried to do, they'd still kill me, and that was original Xbox. I hadn't played a lot of RPGs at that point, so maybe
me neither.
So maybe like now I'd get through it, but I did look at some cheats just in case, because I want to get through this game, and if I get to a point to where I'm like,
yeah, and you're not worried about like achievement points and all that other shit for that.
Right, and that's the great thing about PC, because even though Steam has achievements, nobody gives a shit about Steam achievements.
Exactly.
It was so freeing. Like, you're like playing Mass Effect 1, and it's like you're not having to worry about who you're keeping on your team. That was the stupidest achievements ever.
Yes.
Is like play this game with only these people. Yeah, that really makes a squad based game really fun.
Right. Well, don't use the rest of your squad. Just use these two people.
Yeah.
I mean, but of course, New Game Plus always run with the space bitches. My thing is, I run with the Wrecking Crew at the beginning. Mm-hmm. Then I always run with the space bitches after. But I never run with the humans.
Yeah, I don't either. Except for the very beginning when you have to.
Yeah, except when you have to. And that's the same thing with Mass Effect 2. Like, I only run with both of the humans when I got to.
Right.
Well, both of the starter humans.
Yeah, because Jack is a human, but she's kind of right.
Have you ever had a romance with her?
No, I never. In Mass Effect 2, it's just first time I played through. I've only romanced Holly, because I romanced Liara in the first game, and then Liara in the second game. Was like, yeah, I'm not really about that life no more. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm not about you no more. See ya.
You know, the thing about it is, like, they paid that extra money for the chick that played on Chuck to be in the game, and for some reason, every time she's walking, the camera is right by her butt. I guess it's like, okay, I guess y'all want me to be with Miranda.
Yeah, that scene. There's one part to where she's like talking about her sister, and you ask her a certain thing, and it like the shot to where it's showing you, the camera is like literally on her butt, and she's like this.
Right.
I'm like, you guys, like.
Yeah, and she was cute at the time. Like, Chuck was popular, but she's not really that long lasting. You know what I mean? And then, like, you know, on Chuck, she was a blonde. Mm-hmm. Did you ever watch Chuck?
I didn't watch Chuck, but she's also in Dexter's, and I did watch that.
I only watched the first couple seasons. of Dexter. She must have been in the later season.
She's in the very later season.
Okay, yeah. But you know, the weird thing about Dexter, right? Watching Dexter, it's like when you find out that the chick who plays his sister became his wife in real life, it's really weird.
He's killing people.
It's just really weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I think like a lot of celebrity couples, if they do the same thing, and they're in like the same music or the same movie or the same TV show or something like that, you get kind of weirded out. Because like I don't really want to see y'all together like that. But like, I think the only exception is Jay-Z and Beyonce. We watched it. Go ahead.
The dude who played Dexter is from North Carolina. He's
Yes.
from Raleigh.
I liked him in 6 Feet Under.
I need to finish that show. We actually have it on VHS, and our VHS player stopped working, and I never finished it.
6 Feet Under is available on Amazon.
Yeah, I know it is, but
And you don't even have to have an HBO.
cool. I have to go back and watch it. But yeah, that's one of the ones. Because we used to buy some of the, we have Oz and we have 6 Feet Under on VHS.
I have them on DVD. I can't remember how much of. I know I have all of Oz. I have some of 6 Feet Under on DVD, but I don't remember how much of it I have.
Okay.
What
But
What else you got? Kind of enjoying the Pokemon right now. Like, I'm really kind of enjoying the Pokemon online game. I really wish I could get it to run stably on my iPad. Now, I have an iPad 2, and it doesn't run very well on my iPad 2. But it's there, and if it ran well on my iPad 2, I would definitely play a lot more.
I have a deck I want to build in Magic, and I want you to hear me out.
Okay.
So I think this would be the kind of deck that you would play against your daughter. It's really cheap because it's mostly lands, and it's a commander deck, which is the 100 card ones, to where you have a separate.
I don't know nothing about all that. All Pokemon is 60.
Right. Most Magic is 60 as well, but commander is a more casual 100. It's a 100 card. You can only have one of the same card in each deck, and you have a commander that's kind of like, it's like the commander of your deck, right?
Okay.
So, and the commander is in a separate hand, basically, to where it's always available. You can if it dies, it goes back to the command zone. But when you cast it again, you have to pay a little bit more, each time. It's a commander tax. But anyway, there's this one to where lands is kind of like your mana. That's how you cast things.
Mm-hmm.
And on a card, it has a CMC, which is your converted mana cost to cast it. And in this deck, it has 95 lands. The other 5 cards are your commander, and a special land, and 2 other cards. And how this works is your commander says players can't draw cards. Instead, you just look for whatever card you want, and you put it in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So once you're probably going to draw lands. That's probably going to be what you're going to draw because you have 95 freaking swamps.
Right.
You're gonna build up to where you have in your mind on how much it costs to cast what you want to cast. You're going to play those turns out. People are probably going to be hitting you like hell because you don't have anything out. You cast your commander, it goes around, and it comes back to you. You search for a card that says, because you're searching for cards, right? You don't draw a card, you just search. It says to draw X amount of cards into your hand, and you don't have to stop, but you lose life for each of its converted mana cost. Most of your cards are lands, so they don't have a converted mana cost. You draw your entire deck into your hand. Your entire 100, like 95 cards is in your hand, right? And then you cast another card that says, discard X amount of cards to deal that much of damage to everyone on the battlefield.
Good night.
Including yourself. But you also have a land that says you can't be dealt damage, but your creatures can't hurt anybody. But you're not hurting with creatures. You discard all your lands, everyone dies, and you win. See, that's the kind of mindfuckery that is in Magic. It's like borderline cheating, but not really. That's how it is playing Magic. I'm sure Pokemon gets that way too, but
Yeah, I'm seeing some stuff, and I've seen like somebody just level up one Pokemon and just completely wipe the slate clean on my end. Like playing against playing the trainer challenge and stuff like that. Man, I've gotten wiped out like by some computer people. I've only played against I've only played against my daughter. Mm-hmm. But she doesn't have a huge grasp on how it works. Like she does stuff, and I'm like, "Why did you do that?" She's like, "I don't know." Like she'll have a Pokemon that only has like 3. You can only put 3 of the power into it in order for it to do its its top line attack or whatever like that. And then it'll be another turn, and then she'll put another one on there. I was like, "Why are you doing this?" I was like, you can put it on all of them, right? You can put it on whichever one after you finish that one. But it's fun. I like it. Like I said, I might, if I can find more people to play the game with, I would play the online game more than I would actually sit down with somebody with some cards.
Right. Because I don't really see you as the going to a card shop and playing with all the nerds type of guy.
I have a strong nose. I can't sit around a whole bunch of nerds only. That's not going to happen. My nose is really good, and I would have to be like, bruh, deodorant. Like, I'm going to, you know what, you stay here. I'm going to go get some Axe body spray. I'm spraying all y'all motherfuckers down. Maybe you might feel like somebody and you wouldn't be here.
You're just going to get a bowl of Pokepouri and put it right down in the middle of the table.
Exactly.
This is how we play in the night.
Exactly.
Pokemon and Pokepouri. It's trademark that shit. Pokemon and Pokepouri.
Pokepouri.
But
how do you spell that? I can use that as an alternate show title.
You have to Google it. I mean, I probably could try, but I'd probably fuck it up.
Yeah, I probably will too. All right, I think I'm pretty much done. Like, I don't think I have anything else to talk about.
Oh, the one thing I did get some more juice, but I got 60s because they have Dollar E Juice has these new sets to where they have little bundles to where you can get like 4 60s that are like a theme. Like we got the dessert one. There's also like a more fruity one. There's like a different ones or whatnot.
I don't think I've been there since they did that.
It's like $40 or something for like 4 60s. So it's a little cheaper than getting 2 120s, and plus you get 4 different juices.
Oh, really? I'm looking at this. That's kind of cool. The Minty Fresh bundle. It's a Minty Fresh bundle. No, I'm good.
It sounds like toothpaste.
No, it's the all of the stuff with menthol, but you got me like the apple watermelon menthol is not what's hot on these streets. Berry peach is my favorite. I would try the honeydew strawberry, but
I like the lemon meringue pie that we got in the last one.
I had a small one of those a long time ago. I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I didn't think I would like it, but it's a kind of a good far cry from the other stuff that's more like donut and stuff.
Right. So your jam would have been pastry heaven.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Let's see about the Hello Summer. Hello Summer. Nah, so you got me out with apple juice and juicy pear. I like the
some fruitiness over here too. Got this is another thing is when we went to go see Yob and Bellwitch, me and Max. I think I talked about that on the last show. We went around the corner to this restaurant and ordered a cup of beer, and they had a style that I never tried before, and I always wanted to try because they're like the sour. They're like kind of a sour style, which is called a goza, and I tried it and I really liked it a lot. And I've yet to find one in the store. And I finally found a Berliner Weiss, which is another sour type. It's more sour and tart than the goza was, but it's really good. It's so you think it is kind of tart and sour, but it also has mango, passion fruit, and guava, and it's very summer. So okay. I dig it. Cool. And this is Sweetwater. I think you can probably get those everywhere. The most famous one is Sweetwater 420. It's just a regular pale ale, but it's a good pale ale. Sweetwater 420. They have like fish on their logo.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this. I think I might try the Minty Fresh bundle. I don't know about the honeydew strawberry, but I'm willing to take that. I'm willing to take that risk. But then again, at the end of the day, you're only really saving $5, and I'd rather take out the honeydew strawberry and the apple watermelon, and then put in the 2 lemonades, the peach and strawberry lemonades. Just pay the $5.
Right.
At some point, I'd rather just pay the $5. So I'm going to do that.
Because
soon.
with us, the only one we hadn't tried was the lemon meringue pie, and everything else we tried before and liked. So we were like, let's just do that. And that way, because I was just going to get we normally get 2 120s, and that way we have like 240 milligrams of juice, but we only have 2 flavors. And this way we have 240 milligrams of juice, but we have 4 flavors.
Okay.
And we're still only paying the price it would have been to buy 2 120s, because when you get a 120 versus 2 60s, you know you're saving like $5.
Right.
So that's why we did it.
Yo. Quick maths, yo.
Yep. I think my math was right.
I wasn't trying to check your math. I got to do that enough at home. I mean, not that I'm not home, but like I have to do that. Like I'm putting my daughter through some paces when it comes to like summer work and stuff, and it's kind of.
We don't really get a lot of super nerd listeners, do we?
I'm pretty sure we do. Like we got super nerds that's around. Most of them probably don't say anything, which is kind of cool. But we really wish
you're a super nerd and you listen to us. Hit us up on the Discord. We'd like to hear from you.
Yo, the Discord has been like eerily quiet. Like,
yeah, I know.
It's like so quiet. Like you're like you lost your grandma, and what you call it? Latina lost her grandfather. I think she said she lost her grandfather, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like it's been quiet since the two of y'all have mostly been quiet. It's been super quiet around there.
It's funny because it's kind of the same way on a couple other Discords, like the ones I traffic a lot. Like I'll say something and I'll go back to that same thread and it'll be still what I just said. Even like Fred's, which is normally pretty popping, it's maybe it's just people just doing stuff, not really on the Discords as much, which is cool. Do your thing, but we still like to hear from you.
Absolutely, and you need to send me the thing for the Patreon. Because remember, you had originally sent me a link that your Patreon gets a lookout if I do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hop to it. All right, I think we're good here. I
think we are too.
Yeah, that went by really fast. And normally, like we overtalk the hour, but I think we finished. To be honest, like we really finished like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, and we were just like, Patreon, and
we're
Discord.
We're really just stalling for time. Let's be honest, we're stalling for time. Okay, so here's the last thing. So I put 3 things into my cart.
Mm-hmm.
Now one of them is a 120 instead of a 60, and I'm at $28. So I'm right at the $30.
Right.
But these 3 are the ones that I actually like. Do I have any rewards? I'm gonna check this now. Probably should have exited out of the show first. You know what? Let's do that. Yeah. You got any shout-outs to the people?
Yeah, shout out the Discord, even though we're a little quiet. Because I even shouted out Agent Orange when I was posting some beer, and he was like, "Yeah, it's been kind of quiet over here, just spending time with the fam." Because that's it. Because even me, we were just doing the lake stuff and all that, which is kind of the only kind of vacation-y type thing we ever do. But it's something.
Yeah. I'm gonna paint something because it's really not painting a lot has really changed the Discord for me, because that's mostly where I lived on Discord. I lived in that one place where I posted all of the painting stuff.
Right.
So yeah. So, man, just shout out to everybody, man. This is Sarcasm. I'm a little bit sleepy, but I'm gonna try to make this painting before I go to sleep. So, for everybody listening, thank you for checking us out. We appreciate you. I kind of did the holding my breath when you were talking, so I think I don't have the hiccups right now. I'm hesitant to vape. because I might bring it back. So that's gonna suck. But yeah, man, thank y'all for checking us out. We're gonna try to do the Patreon soon. Sometimes I get really mad and I say I'm gonna take August off from all of my podcasts, but I haven't really decided on that yet. So stay tuned. We're out of here. Peace out to the Warrior Show.
Later.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, Whoa. I'm telling. All right, I ain't gonna talk.